Hey, good afternoon, guys. This is Jerry here at Wealth Dynamics. I'm down here in LA right now still. I want you guys to see I'm outside. Nobody died. There's no zombies out here. I'm just taking a walk right now. But I wanted to give you a quick video today, and I want to share just some insight on investing. You know, in the current market, what are things looking like right now? Where should people be investing? I don't know if you saw earlier today, I posted a video actually as President Trump. Okay, in an interview, he's doing this interview and the reporter asks him, "Hey, President Trump, did you and your family sell any stock?" And his response was, "I don't have any stock, I own things." Okay, so what does that tell me? If I'm watching that, while I was watching that, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so right now we have the president trying to bail out the stock market. Excuse that big truck there. Trying to bail out the stock market, yet he doesn't even invest in stocks. Right? We have all these people right now that are frenzying around the stock market. They're looking at, you know, how they can buy more of it and how it's on sale and when it's going to go back up and what it's going to look like when it bounces. And the fact is, the very guy at the control handle doesn't have his own money in it. He won't put his money in it. So what are things? When he says, "Hey, I invest in things," what does that actually mean? Okay, things. Think about what does Trump own? Well, primarily he owns his business. So that's his first investment, and he's very heavily centered around his brand. So that's his other investment. He's got real estate. I guarantee you the guy has tons and tons of property. Gold, silver, I guarantee that as well. Probably life insurance. Like, these are real assets. This isn't digital stonks on a screen that bounce up and down in value. And here's the problem. Like, right now, I would not have my money in the market. I would not be trying to speculate. I would not be trying to wait for it to bounce back. Because what's going to happen is the federal government, the Federal Reserve, is going to bail the market out. Okay, stocks will probably go back up eventually. It's going to take a lot of bailout money for that to happen, because they've already put several trillion in, and basically it's still crashing. Okay, that several trillion was supposed to make the market go up, and it didn't. Okay, now what that means is they've printed several $1 trillion out. They've put that in the market. They're doing that through different loans and subsidy programs and buyouts and all of this stuff to try and get the market up. What the average person does not realize is that every dollar that the Fed puts into the stock market reduces our purchasing power. Okay, the money that I work for, the money that I trade my time for right now, that money goes down in value because more money was created. Right? I talk about this all the time. It's like if you have a glass of Kool-Aid and you start dumping water in it, it gets diluted. It's no longer Kool-Aid. It tastes bitter, sour, no one wants it, right? The same thing happens in this situation. So with this bailout money, the SBA loans, the subsidies, all that stuff that's going on, that's reducing the buying power of our dollar, which means that I have to trade more and more time for less and less money to buy the same things every day. Right? So I'm looking at, when that does happen, asset values will inflate. That means stocks will go up. That means real estate will go up. That means gold and silver will go up. But the problem is that we just saw these stocks have no actual value. Okay, if you didn't watch, the reason the crash happened is corporations were buying back their own stock using debt. Meaning they were borrowing money from the bank because the interest rate on that money was cheaper than the dividends they had to pay to their shareholders. They're buying back their own stock and inflating the prices. And then we had a bunch of executives quit their companies, sell their shares and take a profit and crash the market at the cost of you. I talked to a client yesterday. They're like, "Hey, I just lost $100,000 in my retirement account." $100,000. They're not going to get that $100,000 back. Okay, if they had 300,000, now they have 200,000. There's no such thing as making the money back. What it is right now I have 200,000. Where's the best place to grow my 200,000? Right? There's no such thing as I'm making that money back. It's I have $200,000 today. Yesterday I had 300,000. I need to turn this 200,000 into the largest amount of money possible with the least chance for risk and loss as possible. Where's the best place for that to happen? It's not the stock market. So what I would be looking at right now is I would be looking at like if you're probably below like 50,000 in cash and investments, I would be actually looking at paying off my own debt. Okay, I would be deleveraging right now. I would be looking at, if I've got, $5 grand, 10 grand, etc., that's probably what I'd be going after. I had someone text me today, he's like, hey, what's my ROI on $3,500? And the reality is not that much. There's not a whole lot you can do with that when you're in the real investing world. So I would be looking at making sure my debt's covered. Okay, I would be stacking up on savings right now. The Sacred account is a great place to put money today because it's not losing. It's guaranteed against loss. So liquidity is big. If I have enough money to invest, I'm going to be looking at real estate. I'm going to be looking at businesses. I'm going to be looking at competitors. I'm going to be looking at different things that I understand, that I have control over, that I can put into an investment portfolio of my own at a discount because of where the market's at today. Okay, but the reality of this is that we're going to get bailed out. All these companies that just screwed us all over, they're going to get their butts saved, and it's going to come at the cost. It's going to come at the cost of you and I through inflation and taxes, just like it always has and it always will. So I wouldn't support that. I wouldn't be putting money into that. I wouldn't be trying to buy it while it's on sale, because at the end of the day, if it goes up, the reason why is because you got stolen from taxation and purchasing power to make that happen. I wouldn't be investing in that right now. So if you're watching this, in summary, follow the simple rules of investing. If I'm investing, I don't invest in what I don't understand. Okay, if something can go down, 10,000 points in 4 weeks, I don't understand that. Okay, I don't invest in things that can lose money. We just lost money. Okay, so I'm not going to invest in that. I don't invest in things that don't align with my goals. Okay, my goal is to create passive income that exceeds my expenses, taxes, and savings. So I'm not going to invest in something that doesn't do that. I don't invest in something that doesn't fit me as an investor. I like control. Okay, I don't like fees. I don't like losing. So the stock market just doesn't fit me. Right? And then lastly, I don't invest in things that don't align with where I'm going. Right? My goal is not to sit there and wait till I'm 60 and have, my money, have my life run out before my money does. So I don't stick my money in the market. I don't stick it in a 401k. I don't wait till I'm 59 and a half. Like, that's not my plan. And if that's not your plan, then it's not congruent to put your money in the stock market right now. Right? And at the end of the day, we've stepped out of the realm of investing now, and we're into the realm of gambling. Right? The idea that the market's going to bounce back is speculation. Nobody knows that. That's not guaranteed. Right? So that's gambling. There's no guarantee that any of this will happen. We could literally have our currency crash and we all move on to something totally different. And in 10 years, no one even cares what the S&P 500 is because we don't use it anymore. Like, if we're speculating, that's got to be an equal speculation, right? Now, the last thing that I want to say is if you are in business right now, this is the time to start looking for opportunities. If you're in sales right now, this is the time to start looking for opportunities. I had a client text me today and he asked me, hey, what is going to be the next thing to get into? And based on what's happening, the next thing to get into is going to be anything that saves people money. Right? He sells solar. So if I can reduce your electric payment because you've got solar, that's an easy sale all day long, right? Because I'm helping people reduce. People are going to start going into this contraction mode. They already have. They're shrinking back. They're staying home. They're not working. We're having wages reduced. Layoffs are happening. So this is the opportunity to look at, all right, what's wanted and needed right now? And I can't preach on this enough. Like, figure out, how do I be valuable? What is wanted and needed? How do I go deliver that? How do I add value to others during this time? Instead of getting on Facebook and rambling about my antagonistic garbage in the comments to someone else, or going online and hating on some influencer. That's not going to help you at the end of this. So stay positive, stay out of the stock market, look for ways to add value to others, handle your personal finances. Like, I'm going to wrap up here, but I want to really stress, this is the time to plan. If you're watching this right now and you've never done a financial plan, I want to offer one to you for free. We do what's called the Wealth Dynamics Blueprint. It'll blow your mind. Coolest financial plan out there. We'll do that for you completely free. 2 meetings. It's usually maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of us sitting down and building that for you so that you understand, here's where I'm at right now. Okay, here's where I'm at right now. Here's where I'm trying to get to. These are the steps I need to take. These are the pitfalls I need to avoid. Here's the little pivots I can make today. And you've got it written on a plan, because the worst thing that could happen today for any of us is for us to all start acting on a whim without having it in writing, without having any sort of logic or reason behind it, acting out of fear, doubt, emotions, and not logic. So if you're interested in getting a plan done, reach out to me in the direct messages. We don't charge for these. It's just, honestly, again, looking to add value. How do we add value to other people right now? For my company, that means we're going to sit down with you and help you figure this thing out so that you've got a plan moving forward. Thank you for watching. Make sure you do like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.